and welcome to a new video of Barcelona with Marta. My name is Marta and I'm a born and raised Barcelonesa, and in today's video I'm going to explain how the Barcelona metro system works. The metro is without a doubt the easiest, fastest and most affordable way to get around the city. It's what we locals use every day. It's efficient, clean and safe. So if this is your first time in Barcelona, make sure to watch this video closely, since I will be sharing with you lots of practical tips that will help you move around just like a local. And remember, I also run a website packed with information about Barcelona, plus I give tours in the city. So if you would like to discover Barcelona with me, make sure to check the link in the description below. Having said that, let's start with the video. We begin today at Plaza de Catalunya, where the metro system began 100 years ago. In Barcelona, we call the subway the metro, and the red M sign is what you should look for when trying to find a metro entrance. Over here there's a metro map, so let me show you how it works. When you look at the Barcelona metro map, you will notice that the network covers the entire city, making it super easy to get around. There are over 10 different metro lines, and each one has its own number and color. They are all labeled with the letter L, which stands for línea, so you will see names like L1, L2, L3 and so on. In this map, you will also see other symbols. R stands for Rodalies, which are the regional trains. FGC is short for ferrocarrils, another train system which is integrated in the metro network. T stands for the tram, which at the moment only runs in two edges of the city. But if you're just getting around the city and want to get the metro, just follow the M sign, which is the metro. If you're not sure which metro station is closest to you or which route you should take, just use an app like Google Maps. This one works very well here in the city. You will also notice the transport system is divided into zones, and the farther you go, the more expensive the ticket. But don't worry, the whole Barcelona city is in Zone 1, so as long as you're staying in the city, that's all you need. That means that when you're buying a ticket for your time in Barcelona, it should always be a ticket for Zone 1. The metro in Barcelona is underground, so all the metro stations are below the street level. Now we are gonna head down to one of these stations so that I can show you how it looks like. Right now we are at Catalunya metro station. Here you can find a metro map, a local area map, information about the lines you can take from here, and of course the ticket machines where you can buy your metro tickets. Of course, there's always a bar too, and in some of the larger stations like this one, there's even staff available to answer your questions if you need help. As you can see, there's plenty of signals and information in order to help you navigate in the station. Well, this would be the spot where you normally would be able to make your questions, but today they are closed, unfortunately. But yeah, this is how it looks like. To access the metro, you will need a valid ticket. To buy one, you can use the T-Mobilitat app and buy it online, or you can come here to the station and buy it in one of the vending machines. Here's an example of a vending machine, so let me show you how it works. Here we have an example of the different metro tickets that we have. So just click on the screen, switch languages if that's more convenient for you. And yeah, here you have the different options. What I always recommend my clients is the T Familiar, which is a card that gives you the right to do 8 trips and you can share. And since we don't have yet a card, we will choose this one. And make sure to choose one zone, since we are staying in Barcelona probably. So this card costs €11.05 plus €1 for the T-Mobilitat. And that makes it €12.05. And you can pay by card, cash or contactless. Another interesting option is the Casual. This one especially if you travel solo. So again, we don't have a T-Mobilidad card yet. So we choose one zone. And this card would cost you €12.55 plus the €1 for the T-Mobilidad. And if you're traveling solo, this is the best one because this one you cannot share, but it makes it cheaper. So in total it's €13.55 for the 10 trips. By the way, the T-Mobilidad is rechargeable, so you shouldn't throw it away. Another option is the single ticket. This one is specifically interesting if you're not planning on using the metro that much. And as you can see, this one only costs €2.65. Another great option for visitors is the Hola Barcelona travel card. It's a special tourist pass that gives you unlimited travels across the city for a fixed number of days. Perfect if you plan to use the public transport a lot. So for instance, a 2-day pass that gives you unlimited access to the metro would cost you €18.10. And if you only need to travel to or from the airport, the Bitllet Aeroport is all you need to take the metro. This one costs €5.70. These are at the moment my top recommended tickets for travelers in Barcelona. But keep in mind that prices and ticket options can change, so it's always a good idea to check the latest update. And remember that children under 4 years old are able to travel for free in the metro in Barcelona. Only once they are 4 years or older, they will have to travel with their own ticket. And if you live in Barcelona, consider getting a monthly card or any other travel pass in order to save money. Okay, so now that we have our metro ticket, let's go and enter the metro system. Over here are the entrance gates. Make sure to follow the arrows so you know which doors are for entering and which are for exiting the metro. Now simply tap your card on the reader or insert it into the slot depending on the type of card that you're using, and the gates will slide open. If you're sharing a card like the T Familiar, don't forget to pass it back to the next person before walking through. Each traveler needs to validate the card individually. Also be aware that this broader door that you see over here is reserved for those who need it the most. So if you're traveling by wheelchair with a baby in a stroller, with a bike or your dog, this is the door that you can use to enter the metro. And also if you're traveling with children younger than 4, as you can see, this is the door that you can use. So today I want to go to Gloria's, which is over here, as you can see. So that means that I need to take the L1, the red line, towards Fondo. As you can see, this is the end of the line. So let me take you with me. In here we see that the metro divides into 2, but since we are taking the L1 to Fondo to go to Gloria's, this is where we have to wait for the metro. This is the platform where we now wait for the metro, and as you can see, each metro line has its own platform, which makes it very easy. And if you're still unsure whether you're on the right platform, just look above. In every platform there are signs showing the line number, the direction of travel, and all the stations along the way. There are electronic screens showing how many minutes until the next train arrives, and as you'll notice, the metro here comes very frequently. When the metro arrives, you need to wait left or right of the door and leave some space for those exiting before entering. Once you are on the metro, you can either take a seat if there's one available or stand. If you're standing, a good place to be is near a wall or in a corner where you have a better view of your surroundings and are less exposed to pickpockets, Because yes, unfortunately, pickpocketing does happen in the metro, especially during busy hours. Also, remember that some seats are reserved for people who need them the most, like the elderly, people with disabilities, or pregnant women. At the same time, some areas of the carriage are designated for bikes, trolleys, or strollers. Inside the metro, you will see metro maps displayed, along with the line number and route info above the doors. They help you follow along and check where you are, plus give you the necessary information about the transfers and the exits. When you hear the bell ring, that means the doors are about to close. Please don't try to hold the doors open or squeeze in at the last second. You could get stuck and it's dangerous. When you're nearing your stop, check the ends of the carriage. You will see a red arrow showing which side of the doors will open, left or right. That way you can already move toward the correct door. To open the door, simply press the button when the light turns green. On some older trains, you might see a handle instead. Just pull it to open the door. Now let's say you need to switch metro lines. What do? The good news is it's very easy. Each metro line in Barcelona runs on its own separate track, and inside the stations there are clear signs guiding you to the connecting lines. Just follow the signs to your new line and platform. You don't need to exit the station or scan your ticket again. Once you're inside the metro system, you're free to transfer between lines as much as you like. We have now arrived at our destination for today, the Gloria station. Once you exit the metro, the first thing to do is check which exit you need to take to reach the street. To do this, look at the directional signs above, which indicate which street each exit leads to. If you are unsure which exit to take, you can also use the area maps. These are usually found both on the platform and throughout the station. Once you figure out your direction, just follow the arrows marked with sortida, which means exit in Catalan. Okay, so now I have arrived at my destination, Glorias, and in order to know which way to go now, I always use the map. As you can see, this is a location map and it shows me which are the different exits, and I want to go to the Plaza de las Glorias Catalanas, so that means I want to take this exit. So now I just need to look for the signs that tell me where is the exit towards Plaza de las Glorias. And just like that, we've exited the metro. So yeah, for those who already paid attention, I didn't need to use the metro card in order to exit the metro, because in this case the doors will automatically open as soon as you approach them. But the only thing you do need to take into account is that you need to get the right door, and that is the one with the green arrow again. Now let's quickly talk about the opening hours. The metro in Barcelona runs daily from 5 a.m. to midnight. On Fridays, it runs until 2 a.m. and on Saturdays and public holidays, it operates all night long. So as you can see, the metro is very accessible, working day and night. And I would also say pretty safe too. Also good to know are the rush hours of the metro in Barcelona. The busiest times are usually weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and evenings from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you prefer a quieter ride, then I would recommend you to avoid these peak hours. Before we finish today's video, here are a few tips to make your metro journey go even smoother. Number 1. Watch out for pickpockets, especially during busy times and on crowded trains. 2. Always travel with a valid metro ticket. If you're caught without one, you could be fined up to €100. 3. Your metro card also works on buses and trams in Barcelona, so take advantage of that. 4. Even though the metro is pretty safe, always be aware of sketchy persons, especially if you travel at night. And number 5. On escalators, please stand on the right so that people in a hurry can pass on the left. There are also lifts available for those who need it. So that was it for today's video. I hope that you liked it and that it was useful. As you have seen, the metro is one of the easiest and most efficient ways to move around Barcelona. And now that you've discovered how it works, I hope that you feel confident enough to use it. Also, don't forget to watch my other videos and to visit my website for more practical tips and inspiration on what to do in Barcelona. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and to subscribe to the channel so that I can keep showing you the very best of Barcelona. Bye bye, adios!